And welcome back to another episode here on The Richter Show. And today we are staying at another amazing Best Western Plus here in Dallas, Texas. So I'm going to show exactly which Best Western Plus I'm staying at, because I know there's a couple of Best Westerns around here in Dallas, and that way you know exactly which one I am reviewing. And if you don't know actually who I am actually a world traveler, and I do reviews mostly on Best Western hotels. That way you get to see the difference between different Best Westerns domestically and internationally. So as always, I do all my reservations online. I make sure everything's already paid for if I can, and that way when I come here, the check-in process is easy, it's fast. Basically I just have to give my name, give some information about me, basically like for example show my ID, and then I basically get a room key and I come to my room. And now, even though I'm not really affiliated with Best Western, I do have to mention that I do have their credit card and I am a Diamond Select member. So let's dive right into it, and let me show you first of all the room that I got. So this is the Best Western Plus here in Dallas, Texas, one that's the closest to the airport. I'm going to start here with the bathroom. It does have an older, well, Best Western style to it. Okay. The door has a few scratches and stuff on it. More of the older toilets. But you got your hair dryer. The amenities right there. Oh, there's another shower. Soap right there. I'm trying to see if I find any shampoo. I think I might have to ask for it. It's very little. Okay, so we continue. Another big mirror. I just walked in, so I'm just getting into the room. Okay, your iron board, closet, two night tables, love seat, a desk working area, and it's always good to have a mini fridge, and there's a microwave as well, 3 drawers, flat screen TV. Now you got your AC unit, you got your ripped curtains so that way you can peek through there. I'm actually on the first floor, so basically I can see if I had a car here, which I don't. And this is from this angle, so I think it's like a king size bed. Alright, so back to the review. And there it is. Now, there's also amenities here, as for example, there's a pool area, which I'm going to show you as well, so that way you know that if you want to get into it, it's available, especially in places like Texas where it can get really hot. It's really nice to actually get in and get a nice dip into the nice cold water. Here's the pool area. I'll show it to you. And then you have, it's like a bit of a triangle, but at least there's seating. It's a pool, it's very small. There's like a little gazebo over there on that side. And there's other things, for example, as the actual gym. Even though it's small, it does have a little bit of everything. Once again, you're not coming to an actual gym, you're coming to an hotel. But if you want to get a workout done right before you start your day, at least there's something available. And sometimes something is better than nothing. So this is the fitness center. Well, there's a little bit of everything. Not as bad as I thought. An elliptical, bike machine. There we go, a treadmill, some towels, some water. Another bike machine. It's weird that there's a weight rack and there's only 2 weights. There's a multi-machine here, right here. Okay, that's the first. I've seen only 2 pairs. So let's move on to the breakfast area, so that way you know that there is complimentary breakfast, and that way you know what to expect here. So the actual breakfast area is aside from where the check-in reception is. Now over here you'll see that they have like milk, they had coffee, different types of juice over here. I went ahead and I just got I think it was orange guava. So it is good to have options, so that way you don't have to stick to just either coffee or water, which I've seen before. There's some cereals, there's some apples, some bread, and this is the seating area. It was pretty diney looking, so that's pretty good. It gives you a good feeling to actually have breakfast. I came pretty early, so there was only like 3 people here at the moment, but I'm gonna get one of these plates over here so that way I can put my food on it. And wanted to show you that the waffle maker, I always get asked sometimes by people how to use a waffle maker, and I've explained this multiple times in different videos. Either way, you pour it on a little cup, and this was very interesting. I spray obviously some butter on it, and you're not gonna believe the shape of this. At first I didn't get it. When I poured it, I thought there was like something wrong with it, but as soon as I finish it, you'll see what happens. Anyway, after you pour the mix on the actual waffle maker, just go ahead and close it, flip it, and it does have a timer. It'll beep when it's ready, and then you come back up and you get it. In the meantime, I'm gonna serve myself some potatoes here, and it was very little, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little bit more. There you go. And if you open the next one, then we have some bacon. I actually do like a lot of bacon, so I put some there. Make sure to always put everything back where you found it, that way the other guests can actually access it very easily. Now these are actual eggs. They're just mixed and shaped into like a little pancake looking. So I'm gonna go and just get some utensils, which they have them here. They're obviously plastic, and basically you use them and just throw them away. You don't have to worry about anything else. And look at the seating again. I like to sit in the corner so that way I can feel comfortable and not bother anybody. So it already beeped and I'm back, so I do the process in reverse, and look, it actually has the shape of the state of Texas. I thought that was really neat. I had never seen one like this before, so it was kind of cool to see it. I did get a little bit confused looking for the syrup, because usually they have like a sprayer, and this one they just had these 2 little containers, so I obviously got 2 of them because I thought one was just very little. And back to the review. There it is. Basically, overall, I mean, I think this is a nice Best Western for what it is and for the location that it was at. There might be some little things here and there which I noticed. Unfortunately, the curtains that are basically to my right, they do have some tears on them, and it's not fully closing. But maybe it's just this room, and once again, I always base everything on my experience and based on my opinion. So just because I have a good experience doesn't mean you will, and the other way around, just because I have a bad experience means that you'll have a bad experience as well. But at least this room, it was comfy. I stayed here for just 2 days, and it gave me enough time to at least walk around, check everything, make sure that everything was working. I did talk to the attendants. I unfortunately was not recognized as a Diamond Select member, which in some locations I do, some locations I don't, and unfortunately on this one I did not. Now, would I stay at this Best Western Plus again? Yes, if I had the opportunity, I would. I don't see why I wouldn't. I didn't have much of an issue here, really. But if you're looking for something closer to the airport, for example, this is about roughly 25 minutes to 30 minutes depending on traffic. So it really depends if you want to stay at this one just for the sake of staying close to the airport. So this is the entrance of the
Best Western Plus. It seems that there's just some, I don't know, random buildings really. And except on the other side there's some other hotels, but you can see the sign right there of the Best Western. I'm going to do a quick walk around, show you that there is some parking in the front. It is a 2-story building from the looks of it. And I'm going to go to the complete back of it. Over here it says Best Western Plus, which I don't think it's very readable from where it is, especially with all these trees growing around it. And of course more parking on the back. I'm in one of these because that's what I was able to see back here, this parking lot. And again, a little more parking spot over here. There might be a glare on the camera because of the sun. So I guess there's enough parking for everybody.
But with that said, if I had to give a rating on the Richter scale, I would give this place a 3.5 out of 5. That is correct, a 3.5 out of 5. Unfortunately, there are some things that I've noticed that are lacking in terms of like the decor and the like table and the chairs. Everything has some scratches, some scuffs on it. There's some dirt in some areas, so I think it might need either some remodeling or some replacing of items. Some items I've noticed, like for example the phone, it seems to be very old, so there is a lack of improvements, I would say, at this one. But once again, if that doesn't bother you, there's really nothing wrong to staying in here. But if you want to look at a place that's really more like high tech, or you fully want to impress somebody and bring them here, I think that's something that this place would need to work on. But other than that, feel free to stay here. And now I've noticed that a lot of you have not subscribed, but you do watch my videos, and it would help a lot the algorithm if you could subscribe and like the video, so that way I can continue to make more and the algorithm can actually push more of my Best Western videos out there. So once again, if you like videos like these, don't forget to like and subscribe here only on The Richter Show. See you on the next Best Western review.
Shout out to the host of the Richter. This the Richter Show. The Richter Show.